Hello everyone, the purpose of this video is simply to begin getting you familiar with the Tradovate platform on which the Caribbean Futures Trading Championships 2021 and the Caribbean Futures Trading Championships for Secondary Schools 2021 will be hosted on. So some of you may have never traded futures before. Some of you may have traded futures before, but on a different broker's platform. Some of you may uh, be experienced futures traders, but we all know that when we're in an unfamiliar environment, it is best that we before we use any new tool for the first time, we try as best as possible to familiarize ourselves with it. So that's what I would like to do with you guys today. In brief, I will have more detailed videos on the platform going forward, but we'll start off very basically with some of the features this evening. So as you can see, I have several different things going on in my viewing area, and to my far right, you we have what is called the depth of market tool, which allows you to see the bids and the offers at every particular price level for the security that you are interested in viewing. Currently, you can see here I have the NQ, which designates which is the symbol for the Nasdaq 100 index. And you see here next to the NQ, I have H, which refers to the March contract month of this particular product. Uh, on the depth of market, as with all the other tools that we will come to, you can see that we can add a new tab to create or to have another symbol be added to that particular tool. So if I wanted to have, for example, gold, I can pull up gold, GC, use the March contract. If that is a contract that I'm looking for, you can see that fits in very nicely and easily on the side. And I can go and toggle through the different products that I would like to trade, or at least like to have the ability to view the bids and asks in real time as they progress, as the market progresses. So you can see here I have the RTY, which is the Russell 2000. I have the M2K, which is the micro version of the Russell 2000, the NQ, the ES, and the GC. So for now, we'll just remove the GC just to keep things tight and neat. And you can see I have a simple, very basic chart window opened here, candlestick window. And to my left, I have the Performance Center, which lists your trades for that particular session. When it comes to trading futures, futures begin trading from 6 p.m. of the evening before to 5 p.m. on the day of. So, for example, futures begin trading on Sunday evening at 6 p.m. and cease trading for 1 hour at 5 p.m. Eastern on Monday afternoon. So that's why futures is considered a 23/6 product, because there is no trading on Saturday. Trading ceases on the 5 p.m. on the Friday evening. So Performance Center just basically allows you to see statistical analysis of the trades that you have made in that particular session. If you'd like to have trades listed from any other session, you can always go ahead and either use your filter to select what particular symbol that you'd like to have displayed, or you can click here to look for previous sessions data. Okay, so how do we begin to set up our platform to perhaps look like this, or any other possible combination that you feel is comfortable for you? Because as I always say and indicate, trading is a sport an elite sport of decision making. And in order to make decisions, you must have information. I will go one step further. In order to make timely decisions, in order to make quick decisions, in order to make decisions in real time when information is changing in front of you, you need to have a very simple and clear way to present information to you so that you are able to make decisions. So, the first step is also creating an information loop, an information feedback process where you're able to look at the information in front of you, make a decision. Once that decision is made, then see and receive feedback again from the tools that you have in front of you. So when you open up the Tradovate platform for the very first time, you will most likely have a blank canvas. And that blank canvas, all you need to do is this big plus sign right here. And you hit on that plus sign, and these are the tools that you'll be presented with that you can use to drag and drop into your workspace. You have the quote board, a chart, you have the depth of market, you have the performance center, you have the tick stream, you have their advanced charting features that are in, some of them are still in beta, so you have chart beta, activity log, news reports, etc., etc. And so you simply drag and drop. For example, if we wanted to add another DOM, you simply drag it to where you would like to have it display on your particular screen. So in this case, if I wanted to have two DOMs side by side, I would just simply drag it next to the existing one and then putting a symbol of my choice. So if we wanted, for example, CL, we would select that, and there you go. There is oil, crude oil, right next to your S&P 500 depth of market. So now that we've quickly seen how we are able to add modules, I would definitely recommend that you play around with moving these things around into a layout that makes sense for your particular style of trading. And then save that layout as a template by simply selecting, putting in a name here, and hitting save. As you can see, for me, this particular setup I have allows me, let me just go ahead and remove this depth of market here. This particular setup allows me to have an eye on a short-term time frame, which is what I use to execute, and intermediate term time frame, which allows me to, on an intraday basis, have a bird's eye view as to how the market is progressing, as to how it's developing, as to how it is respecting different levels of interest or key reference areas as the narrative of price plays out. So for me, I have my depth of market, which I can execute on by either, for example, placing a buy order if I would like to buy, or placing a sell order if I would like to sell. I can do that with one click right on the depth of market. Or if I would like, I can go directly to the chart. Let's say I'm looking at the NQ here, and I like the fact that we are coming into this 12,900 level, and let's say I want to speculate long at that level. I can simply go to the chart, left click, and then I can either choose whether I want to sell or buy at that price level. Once that price level is in, let's say for example I put buy, I can then move that order entry as I see fit, or then click the X to cancel that order entirely. As it pertains to order entries, I would highly advise that you use bracket orders, and we will go into more detail in that in a separate video. But in my opinion, futures contracts are one of the most advanced markets to trade, because of the inherent leverage that is built into uh, the different products. And so, depending on your account size, we always need to have a figure, a monetary value in mind, that before we ever enter a trade, we know where and how much money we were liable to, or comfortable to use, given our risk tolerance and our account size. But also, we also know that trading is a game that requires capital in order to play. And if you have lost all your capital or too much of your capital, that game becomes ever the more difficult. And so, to prevent that, I always advise that at the very least, we must have a protective stop in place on every trade so that you are able to, in the event that something catastrophic happens in terms of a market movement, at the very least, you have your order in place to get you out of the market at a predetermined uh, reference area or level of account drawdown that you are comfortable taking before you place the trade on. And so, how do we do that? In this case, you can see I have a little uh, symbol here called brackets, and it is currently off. So what I would like to do is I would like to, you should see I have one bracket so far entered in. It's called NQ tight. And if I wanted to edit that, I can just simply go to this little cog or settings wheel next to brackets, and I can either create one or edit one that's existing there. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new one. The one I currently have here is called NQ tight. And the reason that is because I have both a, let's just go one by one, line by line. So you can show in ticks. Ticks just simply means the smallest increment of price movement. In this case, for the NQ, it is 0.25, or we can do it in price. Price would simply mean how much monetary value, and currency being the similar concept. For the type, you can have a bracket order that is simply ensuring that you have a stop loss in place. You can have a bracket order that is a take profit, TP, take profit only, i.e., at a predetermined level. If the price gets there, you will automatically be taken out, or your profit will be taken at that level. Or you can have a combination of both of those things, a take profit and a stop loss. Take profit and stop loss is what I choose to do, because when I am getting into a trade, I know how much I am willing to risk and comfortable risking in terms of a loss, consistent again with my risk tolerance, the particular market um, structure and development at that time that I'm entering the trade, and also based on my account size. So I must have a stop loss in, and then also a take profit. I will have a predetermined area that I would like to, if the market is, uh, if I'm in sync with the market, that I would like to have my profits taken at. Now, of course, once these orders are placed, you can always edit them, and we'll go ahead and show you how to do that just in a sec. So I have a take profit here at 39, a stop loss at 12, and I have a stop loss type. You can have just a plain old stop, i.e., once it hits that value, it will place a market order for that particular security. You can have a stop limit, i.e., once the price objective is met, you then place a limit order at that particular price, and so on and so forth. We have a auto break even feature, which you can toggle if you would like to, at some point as the trade moves in your direction, ensure that you at least take some profit without leaving everything on the table if it comes right back to your point of entry. So let's do an example as to how that works. So let's say, for example, I wanted to I first, let's check to see we have the bracket is on and keep tight. And let's say I wanted to buy the market here at around 12,906. I hit buy, and then as you can see on here, it has my 39 point take profit. Now, if I felt like that perhaps was too ambitious given the current state of the market, I can simply click and hold and drag that down to any level that I would be comfortable or believe that price would get to. And in this case, I'd probably just leave it here inside at 31. And if you look to my right, you can see my stop loss is at 12,894, which is beneath, well, slightly beneath this area of structure right here. This low is 12,897. So very slightly. So if I wanted to, for example, I felt like that 12,894 was just a tad too close, I can again move my, simply click on the toggle and move it up and down as I see fit. So if I wanted to simply take it beneath this area of structure here, those most recent lows here at 91 and 92, I can give it just a bit more room down to 88. So we're going to leave it there for now. Again, introducing the Tradovate platform, how you add the different information tools that you need in order to make your trading decisions. And I encourage you guys to try to play around with this to find a setting and confluence of tools that is comfortable for you, so that when you're making your trading decisions, you are able to very easily have the information at your fingertips with which to make those decisions, and then also to place your trades consistent with whatever it is that you are seeing that is causing you to want to begin to enter the market and put capital at risk. One more thing before we go. Lastly, you can see that was the chart entries on the DOM. You also have a little space here for brackets. I also encourage you to use brackets whether you're using the chart or the DOM. That's it for now, guys. We'll see you with some more trading videos on the technical aspects of the platform and some more trading tutorials as we continue to prepare and lead up into the tournament.